through the step up today. A couple things to keep in mind when we're going through our stance and our form. As we get set up, as we get ready, when we get that foot on top of that box, we want to make sure that that foot is all the way on top in the middle of your platform or your step up or your bench, whatever you're using as your actual step up. And make sure that we're not off the sides, right? So we don't want half our foot on or off. We don't want them so far forward or so far back. The reason for this is if we have only half of our foot on top, we either tend to push off that back leg too much, and we tend to use a little bit more calf, a little bit more of that knee, rather than the actual quad muscle. So we're looking to target a lot of that front side of that leg or the top side of that leg as we go through this movement. Always, when we're going through that step up as well, you're gonna be about shoulder width apart to start, but then you're gonna move that foot in slightly, so that way you're in the middle or the center of your gravity, slightly. And as we also go through this form and motion, right, always keeping that core engaged, making sure that we really squeeze the top of that leg as we press up. You're actually gonna hinge at the hips a tiny bit, so you're gonna shift your body weight, shift your chest a little bit over top of your knee, or top of your leg, so that when we stand up, we're correcting and using that muscle. Secondly, as we go through, right, dumbbells can be held at the side, or you can hold one dumbbell out in front. Either one is fine. Just making sure even if you hold that one dumbbell in front, we don't round those shoulders or round that back out as we go through that motion, right? We want to try to stay as vertical as possible. Secondly, as we go through, right, always breathing at the right time. So as we're down at the bottom, holding those dumbbells either at the sides or out in front, making sure we're taking that breath in at the bottom. We shift that weight over the top of that knee. Inhale, breathe in, and then breathe out as you press straight towards the ceiling. So biggest thing too to think about as you do each step, think about driving that foot, right? Not just the heel, not just the toe, not just the balls of the feet, but driving that entire foot. Think your ankles, right? Driving through the ground, right? Thinking like you're trying to stomp whatever you're standing on or stepping up onto. You're trying to stomp that thing through the ground, okay? So biggest thing as well, when we're going through and setting up or choosing a step up or choosing your height, with platforms or whatever, you want to make sure that whatever height we're at, we're trying to get at roughly 90 degrees at that leg, okay? So if you're a little bit higher, it is okay, preferably a little bit lower. So the reason why we do these as well is because we want to work on that single leg strength. If you have it a little too high, you can put a lot of pressure on the front side of that knee or the top side of that knee joint rather than the actual muscle on top of the leg. And that is the dumbbell step up.